Batra Daf main bet, continuing from Amud bet on the top. The Gemara says, Abu Ad Shmuel, the father of Shmuel, Levi and Levi, Tanu, they said the following halacha. Shutaf and lo hazaka, we know a partner can't make a hazaka on the whole field. V'choshe chenuman, the Hidush is the partner can't, and definitely not a craftsman, because a partner already owns part of it, and therefore it makes sense maybe you would see him with the whole thing, because he already owned part of it. Maybe he bought out the other guy. But a craftsman, it's not as big of a hidush because he never owned it in the first place. Shmuel Tani Shmuel, the son, argues against his dad, and he says, Uman en lo hazaka. A craftsman doesn't have a hazaka. But a partner can make a hazaka. But as Shmuel to men, Shmuel goes according to his own reasoning. He said elsewhere, Shmuel said earlier, partners on a property can establish hazaka on each other, like we just said. They can even testify on each other regarding the property, but we'll see soon why. And they also are considered paid shomrim, paid custodians on each other. So we have this in the beginning of the Masechet, paid custodians chayav, paid watchmen chayav on even thefts and accidents. And the reason why they're considered paid custodians is when they're watching their property that they're partners of, because each guy takes turns watching the property. So now if it's this guy's turn watching it, it's considered that he's getting paid for it because tomorrow the other partner is going to watch it. So if an accident or theft happens under his watch, he is chayav. Now, Rabbi has a stira. The Ma'arat of Rabbi Zakai, when they were in the grave area of Rabbi Zakai's property, they used to study in this grave area because otherwise they get caught studying Torah and get killed. So they used to hide there. Now the problem was, Shmuel really held that a partner can make a hazakah. He argued against his dad. Is that possible? Shmuel said elsewhere that a partner who is working on the partner's field is considered like a sharecropper, someone who goes down with permission to work on something, and therefore he cannot establish hazakah. They're teaching you that a shutaf, that a partner cannot make a hazakah. He's just considered like a worker. Whereas one halakha of Shmuel is referring to where the partner was on the entire field, and one partner was saying where the one opinion, and some opinions say that Shmuel is referring to where the partner only working on half. This answer works in both ways, meaning some ways you can explain that Shmuel's first halakha that you can make a hazakah where the guy's working on the entire thing, and there's no business being there. And some people say that no, that's only where he's only working on half. And then vice versa. Some would say the opposite as well. Okay, now we're going to break it down more with the next opinion. Ravina says, both opinions where the guy's working on the entire property. So the partner is working on the entire property and he's making chazakah. How come sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, according to Shmuel? When can you make a chazakah is where the field is big enough that it's able to be split. So this is a massive field. Let's say 8 amot. The minimum field is 4 amot. So you could say it's an 8 amot field. There's no reason why the guy is on the entire property. The partner should be handling the second half. So if the guy is there for 3 years in the second half, he makes a hazakah. In the case where there is no hazakah, they're referring to where the field's too small. It's only 4 amot or less. And therefore, because it's 3 amot, for example, it's not enough to split the labor. And therefore, each guy works the field, let's say, for 3 years, and the next guy takes it over for the next 3 years, and there's no hazakah. Gufa. We said earlier, a partner in the field is considered like he's working there with permission, like a sharecropper. If you see, I'm trying to teach you that there's no hazakah by a partner, just say it straight out. Why is he saying it like, it's as if he went down with permission? Where it said, Lamar teaches you, this teaches you that you take fully ripened fruits in a field that's not usually used for planting, just like you take it from a field used for planting. What is going on? Fantastic question. This is Gemara in Baba Messiah. We had this Gemara approximately 2 months ago. If a person uses someone else's property to plant things without his permission, that field's not usually used for planting those things, he does not get paid the full price of the item. He gets paid his expense. And if the expense is more than the produce, he gets paid just the produce. He gets paid the minimum. A partner, however, even if it's a field, the halakha is, even if it's a field we said this, considered like he worked with permission. What does that mean? Even if it's a field that's not normally used for growing this type of produce and he grows it, he does get the fully ripened produce. He gets the full value of whatever he grew. That's the hidush. He gets he doesn't have the lower hand, he has the upper hand. Usually the person planting without permission gets only reimbursed for expense. Over here, the partner can get paid back his profits. With last thing we said was the partner can testify on each other in regarding to cases regarding the property. Now the Gemara says, how's that possible? Why? How do you allow a partner to testify on each other? And they're biased. They have an interest in the testimony, and therefore because one guy doesn't want to lose if the other guy loses, so he can't testify on that. How are you qualified to testify? It should be automatic disqualification. What the partner wrote before testifying. I have no claim or anything to do with this property, and therefore, once he writes that document or says that, once he writes the document, he is officially removing himself from the property, and therefore now he's not biased. Where it says that what's the difference? He wrote that. But says, told his friend, I have no claim on this field, but in the Asek I have no work with it. Or my hands are removed from it. It cannot count. That is not a good enough way to withdraw from the property, and it doesn't count. So you see from the Batra that just because you said that doesn't remove you. So how can he still testify? The Gemara says, no, the other guy bought it, he acquired it from him with chalipin. The Gemara says, even if he acquired it, how does that help us? He should still be biased because if the guy is owed money before he withdrew from this field, so this is his field, the guy said, oh, I don't want anything to do with it. If he owed money to somebody and that person has a lien on his property, that lien on the property extends to this property that he now just withdrew from. And therefore, if that's the case, if he's testifying on this field either way, it's in his best interest to show that it did belong to him, because otherwise, this guy who owes him money is now going to try to claim the money against him, or now he's try to claim the field that was liened, and he can say, oh, sorry, I can't testify that it was mine. Until the field is friend without a guarantee, without a lien, and he can't testify anymore because he has to make it available to the creditor, and therefore he can't testify it. He's biased to it. So we see from here that even if he is removed, he still can't, and even if he gave it to the other partner with the kinyan halipin, he still cannot testify on it. The Gemara says, over here is different. The guy guaranteed the share that he signed away. So he guaranteed, oh no, even though I gave it to my partner, I still guarantee it. So either way, no matter the creditor or the partner comes against me with the claim, I'll still have to reimburse it. Now the Gemara says, who guaranteed it? If you're saying in general, whoever claims land is not mine, and of course I need to testify on the partner, because if I lose this court case, I'm going to owe this guy additional money. Gemara says, okay, fine. So therefore, he's biased again. But okay, rather we're saying he's guaranteeing against anybody who he owes money to, and therefore he's guaranteeing that if his partner loses the field because someone grabs it, then he'll pay it back. And therefore, if there's a claim that this field does never belong to him, it is a claim that's feeling unlimited, he'll have to just pay back the partner. But either way, he's only paying once. Okay. Now the Gemara says, again, if the partner removes himself from the field, is he truly removed? We said he's able to, but the Gemara says, it says, if a sever of a city, the way they used to have a city, that the whole city was split it. The way you used to have a sever for a city, the whole city split it. So now let's say the sever was stolen, and then they catch the thief. And then the judges in the city can't judge him. The end of the end, you can't bring proof or testimony from that town as well, because they're all biased. Now, if technically you can release yourself, let two people remove themselves from their partnership with the sever then judge. All right, oh, just remove yourself from the partnership. Yeah, you're a partner, but remove yourself. That's it. Like we just said. How come we don't do that? The Gemara says no. Sefer Torah is not a regular partnership. For Sefer Torah, a field, you can withdraw yourself in the story. Sefer Torah, you use it in shul, and because you need to hear it, they're still biased. Tashma, next proof. A dying guy says, give $100 to my town, seemingly for the town's people or for the city walls. Again, you cannot use the judges of that town, and you can't use the people from that town if the sons of the try to go against this. They bring this. They try to dispute it. Our father never said that, etc. So now let's say there's a court case. One side says your father donated the money, other side says not, and the son saying no, you didn't. You cannot use judges or testimony from that town because again they're biased. They're on the receiving end. Why not? It's a go by today. Let two people remove themselves from any type of benefit they would get from this money, and then they could be used for the case. Where I said, so we see again that you cannot remove yourself from a case, otherwise that would be the easy solution. Where it says no, hachanami Sefer Torah, that's also referring to Sefer Torah, and Sefer Torah is used in shul and not just like a regular partnership, and that's why they couldn't remove themselves. But in general, you can remove yourself, and that's the halacha of Shemuel.